Rahul,
So
you're on mute.
hi, Dakshesh. Dakshesh, I'm audible?
Yes, hi, good evening.
Good evening, very good evening, Dakshesh. So, this is the, I think, third series. I think as I have briefed you, this is the third series of our session. We are having Tech Fridays on every Friday for 8 consecutive Fridays. So this is the concept. So, and how are you? You are good?
Yeah, yes, fine, doing well.
Fine, that is. So let us start the session as it's already 5 o'clock. So first of all, let me brief what session is today all about. Today the topic of the session is next gen financial automation and analytics, where Power BI meets ERP. So I, on behalf of VIPCA, am co-chairman for the session, CA Rahul Kumar. Invite all the participants and a very warm greetings to our speaker for the day, CA Dakshesh Gandhi. So as time is pressing, I would kindly request our President, CA Rahul Runta, to have his opening remarks. Rahul, dear.
Thank you, Rahul. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Dakshesh. So wonderful of you to take time out from your schedule and join us for today's session. We are really looking forward to uh, your deliberation and your presentation. So I keep saying in all my opening remarks, in my previous opening remarks as well, that time for AI talk is over, right? Now it's time for
Yes,
action.
right.
Even in the recently concluded Global AI Summit, they have moved away from AI safety to ensuring that how do we use AI for the betterment of the humanity, right? So, of course, we are also of the same opinion that AI has to be embraced. It is something that someone will have to start learning to live with. It's exactly like computers or the earlier industrial revolutions that we have had. This, of course, the fourth industrial revolution. So this is all a reality of life, and it's important for us to adopt to it as soon as possible rather than delay it. Hence, we have got people like Dakshesh here who will help us to understand and implement things. Again, the wonderful sessions that we have had, two good sessions that we have had in the past, and today also, the focus has been on practical implementation and how to do it, actually, how to now start implementing and adopting all the various tools that are available for us. So in this series, in this regard, we have this third episode of the series. Welcome again, everyone who is here. As of now, the numbers are slightly low, but hopefully more and more people will join in the coming 1 hour. Thank you, everyone. Welcome again, and over to Rahul.
Thank you, Bia. Thank you for your remarks. So as we should start the session, as we have limited time, so let me introduce our speaker for the day, CA Dakshesh Gandhi. So Dakshesh is a practicing chartered accountant, and he is also a founder partner of DNG and Associates LLP. He is a seasoned finance professional with a distinguished academic background, holding qualifications as a chartered accountant, company secretary, cost and management accountant, and he is possessing MCOM and BCom both. His expertise spans across diverse domains, including business advisory, corporate taxation, GST, implementation of SAP, and other enterprise resource planning ERP systems. He is a strong believer for data-driven decision making. CA Dakshesh Gandhi, he possesses in-depth knowledge of financial automation and excels in developing insightful dashboards that provide valuable business intelligence. So, over to you, Dakshesh.
Yes, sure.
Hope the participants will be greatly benefited out of today's session.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Rahul bhai, and thank you, Rahul sir also. And thank you, VIP Road CA Association, for inviting me and giving me share my views on this Power BI as well as technology. So we will connect through this particular session. I will just share the screen first. His screen is visible, Rahulji?
Yes,
It's visible.
yes, we can see
Okay,
your
fine,
screen.
fine.
Yeah.
Thanks for confirmation. So we will move further with this session of the Power BI, where we will go through in detail about how the Power BI is working, how we can connect it to Tally or other ERP software so that our day-to-day life is become easy. At the same time, what are the inherent capabilities of the BI? It's a business intelligence tool. BI stands for BI. So where we can use it in our daily life and make our life easier for decision making. So right now the buzzword is AI, what we are seeing as artificial intelligence. At the same time, how artificial intelligence is collaborating in our business scenario, that is more important. How we are going to implement it rather than just learning it and knowing it that something AI is coming over a period of time. So my endeavor is that over this our 1 hour session, I will give the brief about BI tool, that's a business intelligence tools, how we can effectively use it in our day-to-day life and make practice more towards decision making rather than just having only data. So I will just going to these first 5, 10 minutes. My endeavor is that let's see how the brief about that Power BI, what it is, and how we can use it. So when we go into practical, you have a better idea about what is this tool that we are going to use. So it's Power BI is a visualization tool from the Microsoft family, like we are using Word, Excel, PowerPoint. We are using Microsoft Outlook also. Likewise, we have so many applications which is given by the Microsoft. So business intelligence, this Power BI is also from the same family. So it will be easy to use for you because more or nomenclature and dashboard view is remain same as what we have seen in Excel, Microsoft Excel. So it's more giving weightage on a data visualization. So till time what we are happening in a Excel, Word or PowerPoint, we have only the wordings in a such a way that table format we are showcasing our MIS. But now we want to have interactive tool where we can show our data into a let's say more into dashboards, charts, pie charts, so that we can have the impacts into it. Easily we can identify what is our trend analysis, where data is lying, what is the reason behind the increase or decrease in a sales criteria. Likewise, we can also get the data analytics very easily from this tool. It's easy to use. As I said, it is coming from the same family. We have very good hands. Being a chartered accountant, we are using a Microsoft Excel in our daily life. In the same line, we can use a Power BI also. Just we need to first understand what are the functionalities of it, how we can make it more useful in our daily life. Then connect to our diverse data sources. So Power BI is getting data from the different data sources we have, like it get data from the Excel or Tally or some another ERP softwares. So they are seeing around 100 plus data sources from that. Power BI can get the data and use it for data analytics and visualization purpose. So when we are talking about, so today's our session is we are limited to the towards Tally database, but it is not only restricted to Tally, but we can use it for other ERP software like SAP or Oracle or Microsoft Dynamics or any other, whatever the softwares are lying in a market. Because more important is that how the data is stored at backend. So Tally is storing the data in a ODBC database structure. It's an open database structure. Likewise, SAP is having their own database structure. HANA, as for HANA is there, and Oracle is having their database structure. So we just need to understand what is the database given by the particular software. So it will be very useful for us to get it connected through Power BI. So first, what we need it to get it start. First, we need Tally data properly. Then we need a Tally connector. So we need to connect a Tally data with Power BI. So we need to install a Power BI also in our system. So once we have a Tally software, once we have a Power BI software in our system, just we need to bridge both of them through Tally connector. So this connection we can get it through ODBC structure and our configuration path. So we have that 9000 is a default port code. So from that port code, the data is migrating from ODBC and ODBC to Power BI. Then we just need to import the data into Power BI. So we will see how we can get the data, select the data from the database structure, then import it into the Power BI as a Power Query. Then we will transform, clean the data, and then the data will come into Power BI. These are all cycle about it, Power BI. So it's a business understanding is very much needed for you. What is the type of business for which we need the analysis? So like say, if we are in the retail business, then we more come to know which product is going fast. We want to analyze the sales by region wise, by customer wise, by B2B business, B2C business. So these all the things or insight should be ready in our mind what the desired output we want. Once we have that things in our mind, then we can prepare our dashboard in a such a way that we will get the end result through this tool. So first business understanding, then analytical approach, how you want to analyze the data, then data requirements. So for these reports, what are the minimum data requirement is there? So if you want to analyze the data wise, region wise, then we should have that region in our data field. Same way for if you want to analyze data by customer segment, retail or business, or let's say wholesale business. So we require this type of field in our database so that we can get the desired output. Then we have a data collection. So that data can be collected from the various databases. It can be extracted from the Excel, or it can be extracted from the MySQL database or ODBC database or some other ERP software databases. You can also get the data from web also if data is published on a web, and by just inserting the URL, we will get the data. And data understanding, as I said, how the data is lying into our metrics and tables, that data understanding is important. So once this our data part is ready, then we need to have the modeling. So just we need to create one model for the database. We need to connect it with each other, like a region is connected with a sales figure or purchase figure, but region doesn't have any connectivity for ledger like purchase account. So just we need to have proper understanding of the data and its data modeling. So where we can connect the data with each other and get our desired output. So once we get the data in a tally, so we get the once we connect it, then we need to extract the data from the database. Then that data we need to transform and load into Power BI system. And after that, we need to start working and get the analytics from it. Then once the data is there in the software, then we can prepare like this visualization. This is called visualization Power BI, in which we can have analysis according to our requirements. We can have sales analysis, purchase analysis, outstanding reports, debtors, creditors analysis, top 20 outstanding or top 20 creditors payable, debtors payable. Likewise, we can have anything and everything, whatever we want to do it once we have data in our hand. We can use like filters and slicers to just get the better data, and we can concentrate on the desired output by using this tool. And then we can have a navigation and interactivity. So we can, this dashboard which is in our laptop local machine, that we can export it into the web and publish it with our stakeholders who is the end user of it. So for a company, if you are preparing report, then we can share it with our board of directors and top management for directly getting the data insights what we have prepared it. At the same time, they don't require any local machine or tally or ERP data there. They just need that publish report access ID. Once you give the access to them, they can easily view these things without having the raw data in their system. So likewise, we can prepare one dashboard in which we have the sales figure, what the profit we want to, what the profit we want, then margins, percentage, order number, then the sales performance trend analysis, year of year wise, then quarter of quarter wise, month on month wise. Likewise, any of the variable we can select it and present it before the management for their decision making process. So this is why now we have a data, but now we want to derive the insights from the data. So what this data represents? Where is my sales? What is the reason of decline in my sales? What is the reason of upward or increase in my sales? For which region I am performing how? Say if I will see sales by location, then I can get the global map. In global map, I can see the sales by the country wise, then under country, state wise, under state, district wise, under district, again town wise or local area pin code wise. So this is at that bottom level. We have that analytical tools that will give you the insights, that will give you the ideas how this sales is going on, how sales is categorized according to the different department wise. Like if we have a product cycle of two or three different things, one let's say of textile product, second is of chemical product, third is of IT product, how all these products are behaving in our real scenario, we will get all these things under one single dashboard. We can also have a filter at date level. If we want to represent data for particular current period only, we can just filter out date and have these all the data for specific time period. So again, for as a finance, we can analyze, we can use this particular BI tool for analyzing the financial reports like revenue trend, profitability analysis, for cost management. So we will see how effectively we can use these particular things based upon the data that we have entered into our database. So Power BI advanced feature is also there where we can use that data modeling, advanced analytics tools is also there. If time permits, we will look into in detail for this particular advanced feature also. And the one beauty of it is that we need not, once we integrated data with our tally system or one of our database, we don't require to do it connect again and again with particular data. So just we need to do refresh. The data will collect from the data source to our system, and then we can have that new data in our hand that we can exercise it for our data analysis and insights. So this is all about theory and the roadmap that I want to just convey to you where and how we are going to do this particular process. So again, coming to these particular things, and we will start with the practical aspect also, how we can do all these things. So first, foremost things, you need to install Power BI in your system. So you can download it from the Microsoft Store and install these particular things in your local machine. Just check what type of system you have, 64-bit, 32-bit. Accordingly, you can just download it, that particular software, and install as we are installing other things. So this is the first IT requirement that we need to have it to start that particular process. Then we can move to, this is the tool. So this is a Power BI tool. Just let me go through from the beginning. So this is a home tab. I will create a new file for your easy reference. I will start with a blank report. So as if we have one Excel sheet in which we have Excel workbook, and in this Excel workbook we have sheet 1, 2, 3, 4. Likewise, this is a Power BI, we can say, as a dashboard. In this we have different pages rather than sheet. They are technically giving it's a page 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But otherwise, if you can say it's a top ribbon format from where we can get all the tools, where whatever the functions that we need to do it here. Okay, this is a home function. So let's start with getting a data. So as I told, there are the different sources of the data from which we will get the access. So if you click on a more button, you will get an idea These are the different tools from where we get the data into Power BI format. So these are very common data source like Excel workbook, text file, XML file, JSON file. So like right now we all have income tax data, GST data in JSON format that also can be imported here. We have Excel workbook like bank statements and other our MIS reports that are readily available in Excels that can also be imported here in this particular tool. PDF is also supported. And then we also use some of the softwares where our data is lying in a SQL, structured query language server database. So we can get that database also. As I told you, we can have a Oracle database. So if some organization using Oracle as their business tool, as an accounting software, that data also can be linked it from here. You have these things in your mind, which are the sources from which we will get the data. So you don't need to do rework to get the source data. We can directly link that data with our this Power BI tool and start working on it. So SAP, if you are a person using SAP, then SAP HANA database also can be directly connected here. Some of the organizers using Microsoft Dynamics. So Microsoft Dynamics data is also available. Dynamics 365, Business Central, or any of the software Dynamics NAV, that is also possible to get the data. So important point here is that to start the particular software analysis and visualization, we need a data. That data can be from any of the sources, and that sources is having the wide range. They have given around 100 plus platforms from which you can get the data into this particular system. We will focus today on tally part. So we have a data in a tally which is under the ODBC format. So we just type on ODBC here, we will get that idea, import data from ODBC. Once I connect ODBC, I will get the data source name from ODBC. So here you have a different database source. So just select tally ODBC 64. This is my table where the data is lying here. Okay, select OK button. So it is just creating the relationship with my tally data with Power BI data. Now in this, this is a company DNG Private Limited that is appearing on open in my tally also. So this is a company DNG Private Limited. These are all the dummy data I have for the period of 24-25 current period. Okay, this is our regular display. Then I will go into account books, sales register. So this is the sales data I have. Today, my endeavor is that let's understand how data is connected to the Power BI. Once data is connected, how we can transform data into the Power BI tool and prepare the dashboard. So I'm taking very light example just to understand it and clear it the concept. Okay. So here, this is a DNG Private Limited tally data, and different tables will appear here in your left-hand side. So these are the different table of tally in which this data is stored. You can just go through it, how the data are stored at the back end. Because we always see vouchers, we are entering a vouchers into tally, and we will just show onto the report part and seeing whichever the reports we want, either it may be ledger or TDS report or GSTR1 report, or whatever it may be, like balance sheet, profit loss. But in a database structure, these all data is stored in a different tables, and that table is having that particular entry that we are passing it through general vouchers or purchase or sales or whatever may be F4, F5, F6 that functions that we are using to pass the entry in tally. So just from this particular database, what are the things that you want for your decision making or for your MIS preparation or for your analysis? Just pick those data into this particular system and start working. Let's say I will start with a day book. So this is a day book that I have. Just I'm taking very simple example of day book in which I will get all majority of the transaction like purchase, sales, etc. And this window is called Power Query Editor. What we are using it right now. And then here on the right hand side, we have a day book. This day book is giving the preview button. So this is the preview of the data that we have today. If all data is correct, then I will simply say load. If I want to modify data, then I will go into the transform data. So if you see that certain data is not in a correct format, or I don't want it for my analysis purpose, you can see simply transform the data. As far as you select the transform the data, Power Query editor will open here. After that, you just need to see your data very carefully, whether all this data is appearing correctly according to your requirement, or do you need some modification into it. So here is like column is there, and again each column there in a row we got the data numbers. So there are the hundreds or thousands of entries are there of the data for the financial year 24-25. You can see it here, and here it's up to 400, and then it will go run and run for the whatever the data numbers entries are there. Let's come on to the top. Just see particular things here. ABC is written, and then ABC. So by default, all this data is coming under the text format. So if you want to convert that particular text format to into numeric format or currency format, we need to change that particular column type. So here, if you see, these are ABC is written, there is a text format, and these are the different category of the data that we have. Like we may have a data in a decimal number or fixed decimal number. And generally, we use this $sign fixed decimal number for currency. We have the whole number, only the integrated serial number is a 123 can be considered as a whole number. Percentage sign, if we have data of like rate of interest, then it may come under the percentage. Sometimes we want date oblique time. This particular feature we are using where we have the order. So like we have a retail counter where we are issuing the order on Zomato or Swiggy. So restaurant business person is very much interested to know the timing where their sales are increasing and decreasing. So they can give the offer of like happy hours where their counters are slow of 12 to 5 p.m. Then they are giving that 50% discount likewise. So how this insights is coming because they have a data in their backend, they are analyzing the data, they're identifying their idle capacity of that particular restaurant between those hours, and that's why they are offering a particular special discount and let it run, at least that sales cycle is going to be continue. So like date and time figure we can use in that those scenario, and some other scenario also as applicable to your business and scenario. We have date, generally we using date in our financial record, we don't use any time function there. So date is there. Then date time zone if required. If you are under the international trade, then we record even time zone also, under which time zone are there. Duration, text, and binary. So these are the different data types. According to column, we need to select it for a better output. I am now, I have loaded the data into Power BI. I am just transforming and editing wherever I need to do addition, and I need a data according to my requirements. So here voucher type name is ABC. So text format, I'm okay with it. Line number is okay and no more relevance in our database analysis. Type whether it is debit or credit. Okay. This is a ledger name. It's all ledger name is on in text format. We are okay with it. Here is a problem. So it's a amount. So amount should be not be in a text format. It should be in a currency format. So I will say fixed decimal number. So now the amount is coming under the numbers. Another problem is that here it's denominated as a dollar. So dollar can be changed to any other currency also, whatever the currency you want to appear. Generally, it is by default, it is coming as a dollar. We can change it also this. Okay, then here is a ledger parent. Parent ledger is a debtors, creditors, etc. Again, if you have a specific, if you want to analyze the data at ledger group level, that also can be possible. So it's a ledger group, ledger parent, and then party ledger. So the three scenario are there. These are L1, L2, and L3. L3 is our ledger name. Level 1, 2, 3. So this is all are good. Text. Then we are going at GSTN. So GSTN is in a text format. Okay, perfect. Ledger GSTN, party GSTN. So it's either regular or unregistered, etc. So here, keep in mind, so these all data is directly coming from Tally. If you have not inserted a GST number, it will not appear here. So be ensure that your master data is perfectly maintained. So you don't need to do any other things or any addition deletion when you are importing data into Power BI. And data is the backbone of the analysis. So ensure that you will get each and every correct and formatted data. So your decision making process is becomes easy. This is a narration part. As we know, we are writing somewhere narration, we are not writing. So data is coming like this way. Voucher. Again, it's updated date when this data is particularly updated. I will go with date. This is the time. Is the nature, whether it's a balance sheet item or profit loss item. We can have like this grouping also. MID ledger number. It's a company name, company year data, from year to data, company name, and where it is stored. So it's stored at this particular location. See, once all this data formatting is complete, then we can move forward for data analysis. So just we need to save the data and close and apply this particular query. Just wait for some time. This data is loaded in a Power BI. So here data is stored here. So there are the three sections. These are first sections. This call is canvas. These are build visuals with your data. Then we have this visualization tool under which visualization tool we want to use. Let's say we want to use column chart. So this is the visualization tool we are seeing here. Then we have the database. So whatever the data we imported from Tally, now it is appearing here, all columns. Now our point is that what we want to analyze and how we want to analyze. So let's start with a simple thing. This is a stack chart of the sales amount. What is the trend of the sales analysis we want to do it? So simply I will say here, first I will select the visuals from this particular tab. So we have a different visuals according to the requirements. If you want to just understand data stack bar chart, column chart, then cluster bar chart. Likewise, we have different visuals. Just identify which is the best appropriate and suitable chart for you and select those chart for your data analysis. So when the data is appear in your dashboard, it looks perfectly fine. Okay, so we start with this particular thing, sales report. So I need two things here. One, I record the time in x-axis and sales value on a y-axis. So to get the time, I will select the date. So these are date is there. Either I can get the data because I already converted date into date format. BI is getting that insights and seeing me either you want it from the year wise, quarter wise, month wise, or day wise. So I will say I want whole hierarchy and use it under the x-axis. These are x-axis. I have taken the period. Then I have value. So ledger value I need to check. Ledger amount. And amount will be on y-axis. Then I will here first filter it out, sales. So I will insert here slicer. Create one new tab, slicer here. So these are two visuals. One is amount, first is a slicer. So in a slicer, I will say I want to analyze data by ledger group. So these are the slicers are there. So I want to first, let's say, analyze sales. So here that sales data is appearing of 2024-25. Now I want to analyze data and drill it down more into month-wise, year-wise, quarter-wise. So here the data is coming on a quarter-wise, quarter 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to further drill it down to month-wise. So here you will see the data from April, May, June, July, August to December. So this is a database we have it. We can go up to the day-wise also. So it's a day-wise data. It's not relevant right now for us. So most appropriate, as I said, how and what is the how you want to analyze the data is more important when you are creating this BI report. So this is our sales account. Now you want to see the amount on it. So just simply this is a dashboard visualization, and this we can do further formatting also. So here you can do the formatting of this. So in a x-axis, I can do all the formatting, whatever you want to do it here, layout, or y-axis, layout the data, values, title is on, values, grid lines, columns, data level. Suppose here, if you want to see the numbers of the sales, just on it, you will getting here all the numbers. So likewise, you can do so many things as to make the visual more effective, more attractive also, and make sense in a form of what the users want it by these visuals, what you want to show to the general audience. So this file we have right now sales. Now, what is important point? I want to say whether it is integrated with my tally or not. So I have data up to the January. Let's now configure it to up to February. So we will get an idea whether that data is appearing correctly or not. So 1.32 million is the right now sales. Let's come back to the tally. Go to the sales register. Here is a sales register of January month. I will pass one more entry in a, let's say, 14th February 2025. And this is my increase in a sales. I'm saying it's a 7 lakh rupees. And goods at 5%, let's say 3 lakh rupees. And CGST output 7,500 as GST output. It's okay. And just saving it. So now this February entry is coming at 10 lakh 15,000 rupees. See what we need to do, just select here refresh button. So Power BI will get that data from this ODBC structure and give us that data here immediately. And you can see here that February month is also inserted. So it's a lifetime integrated software that gives the data, whatever the entry you are doing into Tally, it will directly affecting here also, or getting it in a Power BI software also. So hope you are getting me what I am saying and how this tool is going to be utilized it. Once this data is here, we can have that inherent feature of the analysis of the data. So if you see here August and September, there is an increase in the sales from 1.33 million to 1.57 million dollar. So just go to this, right click it, and you will find the data in a analyze. So if you see this analyze and explain the increase button, that BI itself will understand what is the reason of this increase. So we can use this feature for our variance analysis for GLs. So whatever the GLs we want to see it, and year on year basis, we want to analyze the data and find out what will be the reason of increase or decrease in any of the GL. We can directly get it from here, taking the help of this inherent feature or inbuilt feature of the business intelligence tool. So you can say it's a mixing of the AI, there is the artificial intelligence, machine learning, ML, and deep data analysis also, because this tool is having in a backend this all the functionalities, whatever the visuals we are getting it here, uh, and from that visuals we are getting here the analysis of it. So first let's analyze the data. Here they are giving by month and key. So there are the different keys we have by some of the amount. So August is increase or decrease by this voucher number that we are getting here. Then by voucher number, which voucher number or invoice number is reflecting a higher increase or decrease. that we will get it. Then by the party wise, so these are the party whomsoever is increase the sales. Then we can get it by the ledger name, like Jamco Enterprises, Shakti Enterprise. These are the party from which party ledger name, who has contributed more sales into our database of increase or decrease. Then we can have the at voucher level, whether it's a created voucher or altered voucher, we will get an idea. We will get an idea of the GSTN level, which are the GSTN is there. So BI is not understanding which field is relevant for you, but they are giving from each reference column, they will give the analysis by either maybe we have the column of GSTN, they will give analysis by the GSTN column. We have the party ledger, they are giving analysis at the party ledger, like date period. We have separate different ledgers, then it will give the analysis by the ledger. So these things is coming from the different columns, relative columns, and from that particular angles, whether our sales is increasing or decreasing, and what is the reasons behind it, everything is we are getting from getting it just on a one click. What if once these all these things is ready, let's take one more visuals also, just to get a better idea. Let's take purchase accounts now. These are debtors, purchase account. So these are purchase, it's coming negative because we have a debit sign, it shows as a negative, and credit side it shows as a positive here. Okay. And then let's say I want to analyze the sundry creditors. So sundry creditors is not giving much more or view from this bar chart. But if I will go into change visual and let it put into a list, then it will give a better idea, or in table format. So it will come under the table. Okay. So again, I need to add one more column of the ledger name. Ledger name is also I want it. I will just add it here. So it will come with ledger name, who are my creditors by this amount. Then simply you can simply say it's a sum amount ascending descending. So you will get it by the ledger name ascending or descending order. So these are so many tools or ideas. If I want to remove the date, just remove date. I will get directly total amount by the party wise. So if you see these sundry creditors of 13,67,094, same thing we can check into Tally also. And from here we will get an idea whether it is showing correctly or not. So it's 24 lakh minus 49 lakh rupees. 1367 it's coming. So it may possible that certain data is not properly here. Let me check what would be the reason. Ledger name group. Ledger group. We check with data 107 and refresh. 0798. Okay, so it's 125 minus 9, it's 114. So it's coming somewhere around it. But due to maybe if you your classification is not perfect, then you may find an error. Otherwise, it will be perfectly matched with the database. One more point here is that, let's say our data is ready, then what to do next? Then we need to do it, publish it. So for publishing, here is a tool called Publish. So once you click on Publish, let me publish my sales report, what we have prepared it. Legend name, here is the sales account. Okay, here just again I will put the date. This is a month, quarter wise, year wise, month wise data, October 24 by month, September, July, August. So it's coming in that order. we can have sales accounts. Perfect. And now I want to just publish this particular report. Then simply say publish. Do you want to save your changes? Save. It will take some time because all this data is required to be saved on your local machine first, and then we need to do it publish on a portal. So let's say we are seeing VIPCA dashboard on 14th February 2025. Save it. Cancel. And now I will say publish my workplace, select. So for this, you need to have your Power BI account on your Microsoft Word. So let me go through on that part now. So our entire process will complete. Here is a Power BI dashboard. Power BI MIS report, my workspace. So this is a report right now we have published at 14 February 5:49. VIPCA dashboard 14 February. So you will see the same report what is appearing in my local dashboard. So for this dashboard, exactly what I have prepared it in my database, same to same, you can see it here. You can go to the purchase accounts and see the data. And here beauty is that mainly you know it, that data is having in our local database. Mostly CA is maintaining that database. But now you want to communicate that data on real time with your clients, with top management or directors, how you can communicate it. This is the one tool where you can provide data on real time basis to the end user and stakeholders like our main, you can say CFO or the CXO, like CEO or CEO or like directors, promoters, etc. And they can use this particular data for their decision making. They can for preparing a strategy. So I can say that rather than having all the data at one point of time or at one place, let's convert that data into a more data translation and data analytics through this particular tool. And this is not only that Power BI or Microsoft Power BI is only one tool. You can use with Tableau also, which is from the Salesforce. So like are the different tools is available into market, you can choose one particular tool which is helpful for your decision making and get those data. So this is a whole story about that Power BI from starting from the get the data from Tally to we will do the data transform, load, and then analysis of data. We can have the visualization. After that, preparing visualization, we can transform into a dashboard. We can publish the dashboard, and that dashboard we can share it with other person also. So let's say if I want to share this particular dashboard, then I can go to this, open it, and here once I have these options of sharing also. So these are the different tools is available. Here is a point of sharing, share. So you can share it this particular thing by copying the link. This is a copy. Once I copy the link, then whosoever may be the user of it get that access of the data. Then you can share it through email, through Teams, or through PowerPoint. You also have the security feature here, like people in your organization with a link can view and share, people with existing access, specific people. So I can, because it's a very, you can say confidential data, we don't want to use it or don't want to share with the open source, then we can share this particular data with the specific people with their email ID. So this is all these things which what we can see with respect to the Power BI since starting point of the data injection into Power BI, load, extract, transform, it's called LET, and then preparing the dashboard. After preparing dashboard, we have the dashboard publication. After publication, we can share with the concerned person. And this concerned person is also having all these features what we have in this. Like if you want to analyze the data, explain the increase, they can go and just check immediately why this sales is up or down, or what would be the factors contributing towards these variances. Rahulji, hope I think so this will be clear to the audience. We can continue with the question answer also for them. So
Yes,
we can wind up on
yes,
that.
Akshay. So I would request all the participants, if they have any questions, they can put in the chat box. I have also allowed you to unmute, so you can go ahead and ask questions if you have. So we are having 5 minutes of time for question and answer. So in case anybody is having, please do.
Hi, Daksh. I am so sorry I was not able to attend the entire presentation. I actually had a session of VICA at Dhanbad today.
Okay.
So great presentation, and I hope people have been benefited. So though I was not able to view it entirely, and this video will also be uploaded on a YouTube channel. So people who wish to see can later also see. And I hope people were able to understand how they can visualize or can put data visualization to work. And with this, as I see there are no questions on the chat, we can conclude the session, Rahul.
Yes, Sumit Bhaiya. So I would request Sumit Bihani Bhaiya, yes, Sumit Bihani, our co-chairman for the session. As I can see, there are no questions in the chat box. So I would request yes, Sumit Bihani Bhaiya to offer his formal vote of thanks to our speakers, yes, Dakshesh Gandhi.
So was my voice not audible previously?
No, it's audible, Bhaiya. It's audible now.
Okay. So I thought I was giving a vote of thanks only to Daksh, and so thank you so much for being with us and sharing your knowledge. And we hope to have you more during our future sessions. Thank you, Daksh, for sparing time for us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sumitji and Rahul bhai. See you all. And if you have any query, please reach it out me. I am always happy to assist you in this particular matter.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you, Dakshesh.
So much.
And to all the participants, the video will be also uploaded on our YouTube channel. So please go ahead and subscribe.
And even the previous videos are also uploaded. So in case you want to catch up or have some ways to resolve, so that can be even referred to. Thank you so much.
Sumit, you can also mention about our annual conference.
So yeah, very sorry. So we have an annual conference on 8th of March, and we'll be happy to host you. It's a physical session, so people who are from outside Kolkata, if they are willing to, we'll be happy to host you also. And it's a full day conference. We'll share the details with you over email also. Thank you so much.
Okay. So Neeraj Bhaiya, should we go ahead and conclude the session?
Yes, please.
Yeah, we can conclude.
So we have the next Friday session again?
Yeah.
So it's the third week of third Friday. So next is the fourth Friday session. So it's basically an 8-week session, and we hope that if the audience we might continue this also.
Yes, I'm sure we should continue, and request all the participants to join us again next week on Friday.
Thank you, Bhaiya.
Thank you.
Okay. Thanks a lot. See you. Bye. Take care.
Yeah. Thank you, Dakshesh. Bye bye. See you.
Bye. See you.